Hi, this is Matthew. We're going to talk about the next Chicago album. It's a compilation this time. We jump to 2002 for the Best of Chicago, Only the Beginning, which I'm just going to call 27 as well for my own internal stuff. Two-disc compilation, pretty chronological order-wise. Hits everything except 13 and 14, nothing from that. And then just goes to their big band album. Nothing after the big band album is on here. The first time they go with Rhino to start remastering things. Otherwise, I think 2005, but everything is still under Rhino, I think, label-wise, at least on streaming. This I could stream. I do own this one. Didn't play it a ton just because I'd had some of it already, but it was nice to have everything kind of in one set instead of having to go poke around other things that, so that was good. A two-disc collection of different things from the beginning, first album all the way to the big band, in omitting 13 and 14 because I guess they weren't as popular. We go to disc 1 and we have nothing news on here, by the way, just no new material. We start with Make Me Smile. What they did here, they made a special edit of this, and they took the two parts from that big long Ballad of Buchanan and combined them together. Very smart. All the intros are there, and all the guitar solos, everything is there that wasn't in that original album, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, they call it a new edit, which it definitely is. 25 for 624 is next. Or sorry, does anybody? I'm sorry. Yeah, 25 for 624 is next, and then does anybody really know what time it is? It's a new edit. I think they took the piano part out of that one. Beginnings is next. I think it's the edit from Greatest Hits Volume 1, which I don't remember there being any huge differences in that one, but okay. Question 67 and 68 is next. It's an edited version of that. I don't remember exactly what is different there. I'm a Man is next. I think they take out the big drum solo in it. I think that's about the only difference. Color My World is next. Free. Low Down. Saturday in the Park. Dialect Part 1 and 2, it's the single version, so it's there's a little bit of edits to the beginning, I think, primarily. Just You and Me is next. Feeling Stronger Every Day. I've Been Searching So Long. Wishing You Were Here. Call on Me. Happy Man. It's the edit from the Greatest Hits Volume 2, which, again, I've never heard, well, except to now, but I don't remember what the differences are there. Another Raining Day in New York City. It's the I think it's a single version, I think. I'm not sure, though. Maybe not. If You Leave Me Now, and that is disc 1. Disc 2 then goes to Old Days, Baby What a Big Surprise, Take Me Back to Chicago. It's the single version of that one. Alive Again, No Tell Lover, Love Me Tomorrow. That's the single version of that one. Yeah, I think the string intro at the end is different. Can't remember for sure what the differences are there. Hard to Say I'm Sorry with Getaway, so that's all intact. Stay the Night, Hard Habit to Break, You're the Inspiration, Along Comes a Woman. It's the single version of that. Will You Still Love Me? Also the single version. If She Would Have Been Faithful, Look Away, the single version of it. What Kind of Man Would I Be? Again, the single version. I don't want to live without your love. We can last forever. You're not alone. Again, the single version of that one. Chasing the Wind. And then Sing, Sing, Sing with the Gypsy Kings from Night and Day, the big band one. And that is the whole collection. Again, good to have it on one place, especially if you didn't get any of the big band stuff. You get at least one track off that one. The edit of Make Me Smile is really cool. That's the edit I would have made if I were doing things. Glad somebody decided, hey, let's just make this version. I bet DJs probably on like the album stations in the 70s probably made their own edit of that. Probably, I'm sure somebody did. I bet someone did. I bet they found some way to do that one and some other things. So yeah, pretty cool. Collection, nice to have it all in one place. Over 2 discs. And then, interestingly, in Europe and Australia, they had a different version. I forget what they called it. Let me go back and look. It is called there. It's totally different track listings. Where did that go here?
He's definitely got health stuff going on that he's not taking care of the right way.
Where is that? Let me try to find it here. The Chicago Story Complete Greatest Hits is what they called it in Europe and some other places. We're sent into a track order, so let's go see what's on that. And see what's there. I don't know this version, so I'm very curious. Europe and Australia got the following. On disc 1, If You Leave Me Now, Hard to Say I'm Sorry, the single version of that one, so no Getaway. You're the Inspiration, Hard Habit to Break, Will You Still Love Me, single version. Baby What a Big Surprise, Look Away, single version of that. What Kind of Man Would I Be, single version. I Don't Want to Live Without Your Love, Love You Tomorrow, again the single version. Just You and Me, Happy Man. It's the same edit that we had on ours from Volume 2 of Greatest Hits. You're Not Alone, single version. Chasing the Wind, Wishing You Were Here, No Tell Lover, I've Been Searching So Long, Color My World, You Come to My Senses, interestingly, is next. We Can Last Forever. So a lot of the ballady kind of later stuff on the first disc, which is very strange. I prefer our packaging so far. Disc 2, 25624, Saturday in the Park, Richard 768, same edit that we got. I'm a Man, same edit that we got. Stay the Night, Only You, of course was on 17, it's on here. Dialect Part 1 and 2, it's the single version again. Old Days, Beginnings, it's the same edit we got. Low Down, Another Rainy Day in New York City, Call on Me, Feeling Stronger Every Day, Taking Back to Chicago, the single version again. Sing, 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 they do have it here. Along Comes a Woman, the single version. Does anybody really know what time it is? It's the single version. Make Me Smile. They got that new edit too, which is awesome. Street Player. Oh, no fair. I like that one. I think that should have been included on our version. It's the single, so it's not going to be as long. That's not fair. Yeah, I think they should have squeezed that onto disc one of the one here. I still prefer our version, I think. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to go through any of the personnel and stuff. That's pretty much going to be the same. But yeah, very cool album. I prefer our version than Europe's. Unfortunately, I don't like how that's set up at all. Very weird. I prefer the other way. Be cool to find it though, especially to have Street Player in some form, because I got neglected off of ours. Other than that, I think it's a pretty good set. Yeah, interesting. There's two versions available. I never saw the other one. If you find the Chicago story great, it'd be cool to include in collections and stuff. People still collect CDs. I do still collect some. But yeah, kind of a cool set. But next we would go to 03 for something called The Box. It's called. I think it's just a big box set. I don't have it, and that is going to have, I think, some things from that Son of Sisyphus album that hasn't been put out yet that comes out a few years after. I think there's a track or two off of it. I think. I don't think there's going to be any other new material. Unfortunately, this box does not stream, so I've never heard. I think there's one track for sure that I know didn't get put on that album later. But yeah, should be interesting. I haven't looked through that. I think I saw it when it came out and thought I don't have a lot of money and I didn't bother looking into it any further. But yeah, it should be interesting to go look through the box next time. And I think after that might be that reissue of Christmas that I can finally go and listen to that again and get all the new tracks also. But the box will be first, which I don't unfortunately have because, again, I didn't have my own money really as much back then and couldn't grab it. But that's okay. I can go look at it at least and see what's on there. And we'll do that next time in the next video.